Alright, welcome back to Thief Gold. We are in the Undercover mission here. Let's take a look at our goals. We need to get into the Hammerite Temple. It says to enter via the front entrance, but there is technically another way around, apparently. Although we most certainly will be probably going through the front entrance. We need to find and steal the Talisman of Air. We need to get the first hammer. We need to get 2,400 in loot, which I think is the highest loot requirement we've found in any of the missions so far. And then don't kill anyone and then return to the city streets. We do have a very detailed map here. This is very like Thief 2 level of detail. Thief 2 really had a lot of I think it took a lot of the criticism from the first game about how the maps were very vague and not all that helpful. And so a lot of the maps in Thief 2 looked, you know, in a lot of ways like blueprints, essentially, and this is kind of what they looked like to me. So anyway, it's fine. This is the upper floor of the temple. We're in the streets currently. This is the lower floor. The high priest is potentially in here, and then we've got the basement level. So, and then we've got an unknown location. In terms of starting gear, we got a flash bomb. We have a gas mine. We've got our lockpicks, and we've got this scroll here, which we will take a look at shortly. This is the notification or the letter of recommendation for us to be treated as a novice, because that is the sort of the gimmick of this particular mission. We're not going to be sneaking around. It really mixes up the gameplay. We do have 16 broadhead arrows, not that we'll be using any of these. 8 water arrows, 4 moss arrows, 3 gas arrows. And that's it. I didn't get any noisemaker apparently. So let's just take a look around the streets here first. One thing I'm kind of curious about though, we're dressed as a novice. I'm wondering if Garrett's arm looks any different. No, it does not. Maybe it did in the in the original version of the game. We're of course using a modded version, but I doubt it. I don't think they gave him any like red Hammerite clothes, for example, for that sleeve anyway. So here we are, just sort of tooling around in the city. Straight ahead of us, that wooden area, that's the bridge, essentially, across which we are going to have to go. That Hammerite up there is the one we'll be presenting our credentials to. But there is, there's the temple. We're looking inside the windows. And this is outside of the graveyard, I believe. And we're just not able to mantle up there. We could maybe give it a shot, do some speed bunny hopping, but no, we're not going to get it. So there is another place you can go in, and it's not over here. It's all just blocked off. And I don't think there's anybody in the streets patrolling here at all. Which is, a little disappointing that there's nothing to do out here. We do have all this sort of city street that was created, but there's not a lot you can play around with. So there's where we're going to ultimately go, I think. But we can go down here. And over to this area, there is this brick wall. Now that's sort of the key to getting in an alternate route. This is all a dead end as well. We've got just this great portcullis here, and then on this end, we're on the other side of the temple, and the garden is over there. And again, we're just not quite able to mantle up there. So let's go back around. And if it feels like I'm kind of killing time before starting this mission, yeah, this is definitely not my favorite. It is, in fact, my least favorite mission, Undercover. And it's a tough one. Okay, so here we are. If I can get up there and stay on there. Alright. Oh, jeez. Gotta get speed up, though. So, Undercover, it feels kind of buggy. Like, there are lots of ways you can get caught and have guards. So anyway, you get up there, you manage to get to a place where you can stand still, and then you jump over and you get on this brick wall and you can get in. We're going to do it legit. But Undercover has, I say it's buggy, that's probably unfair. It's got some very, very sensitive guards. It's, you're going through the mission, there's lots of loot lying out in the open, and you are going to set the alarms off. There's just no way around it. So I guess we got to get into character here. Let's present him our credentials.
Present thy credentials, novice.
All right. As approved by His Eminence, the High Priest Markander, we deliver unto you this novice under the standard agreement of service. The novice is sent with full status and training as such, and should serve with humility and vigor to the best of his skills. He will endure a standard 3-year contract of service, at the end of which he will be considered for indoctrination as an elevated acolyte. The novice has been instructed in the rules and strictures of the order, has sworn his warrants to be silent in his vigils, and knows to maintain the marked privacies as indicated by the standard inverted red hammer sigil. Yada yada. So basically, the information this gives us is we got to stay away from those upside down red hammers, or we're going to get caught. So here's our first bit of loot. And again, we need so much of it that it's very tempting to start stealing stuff immediately. But if guards see that any loot is missing, the alarm will be raised, and then once the alarm is raised, you are suspect. So we can take out some of these readables here. In light of the recent break-in at Crag's Cleft, all temple patrols will be doubled until further notice. You can go in here, but there's nothing, and they'll just bark at us.
The rules do not permit novices in the barracks, as thou should well know. Be off.
So get out of the barracks. Also, we could go over here. Yeah, he's telling me the same thing. So pretty much the only way on is straight through here. So the question becomes, what do we do first? We've got to find the talisman, and it's going to be well guarded, and there's going to be a specific way that we need to get it. We also need to get our loot objectives kind of before we get the talisman, because as soon as we get that thing, that's when the alarms are all going to go nuts. And we don't want to have to run through this whole place with guards on full alert. But you know what? I watched a Clattrimus video today. It was kind of on in the background while I was wrapping Christmas presents, and so, you know, needless to say, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Alright, so there's some loot down there, but that's pretty visible.
The wretched man serves only the merchants and his own greed.
His grandfather cared less for his pocketed gold and more for his soul's health.
And you can see the inverted red hammer there. Those hammers are having a little bit of a discussion about the Baron. Now, one of the problems is just walking around here, you're going to trigger these conversations, and these guards are going to start patrolling different areas. So I kind of think we want to do like some of this stuff first, like this, for example. We can be in here, but we can't be picking locks, of course. And it looks like he's going to be walking around. Really hard to tell. All right. Now, I'm not sure if them just hearing me in here will be enough. But we can get some useful things. Alright, this is one we actually need a key for. So, there's just some precepts and, you know, wise sayings in here. I think we do need to come in here for that. Okay. We got some loot. Let's check out this room. there on the altar there's another piece, which we can't get until they move. And in here we've got some stuff we're going to need. This is where the first hammer is going to be located. And another switch that we will absolutely need to activate. Now, a lot of this, you know, knowing what you need to get is uncovered as you go around through the level, but I'll just be kind of doing some of this out of order. We do need this parchment, I believe. Yes, the wall builder's prayer. Alright. Now down here's a conversation. We can avoid triggering it actually if we go out here and drop down. So, let's say at the outset there's no way we're going to like do this perfectly. Definitely going to be alarms going off that are just going to have to. There's going to be guards searching for us. Yeah, I think there's nothing in these chests. Yeah, it's like literally nothing. So this is not going to be like a perfection. Now we do need to get these guys out and around so that we can go into some of these rooms. But I probably should have done this room first. Uh-oh. Or did we just get caught already? Alright. Let's see.
I know not what it was.
So, if he really saw me duck into this room, then that might mean we're already screwed, and every attempt, that means we'll have to, like, avoid every single guard, which is just impossible. Alright, is there anything else in here? I seem to recall one of these rooms there's like a key lying on the floor. But I'm not seeing that. Well, I guess we may as well just kind of move quickly. What was that? Okay, maybe a healing potion. Anything here? Do you hear a guard coming? So, one thing I could start doing is just blackjacking people. I have... Whoa. Okay, I didn't open that. I didn't know that they opened these doors. So I could just start blackjacking people. If I was gonna do that, I really should have started doing that from the beginning. So, I don't know, man. This might be a fail state from very early on. Alright. I don't think they notice if these are gone. And in this room, I don't think there's loot. But there's, you know, healing of a sort. You know, we can get like this kind of stuff for a little bit of healing at need. think this book just tells us yes. So the kitchens were down below, and that is the treasury now. So we definitely want to head down there. Alright, I'm a little scared. Alright, he didn't react. That way is the way we're going to get the talisman. I hear a guard walking around. All right. All right, he's actually not reacting to me. So maybe I'm good. All right, we do want to go in there later. All right, nothing in these. And here's a way up, but also down to the like the catacombs. All right, I'm gonna wait for this guard to pass. Yeah, let's just follow him so we have the maximum amount of time to do what we need to do. Right here. Alright, this is a forbidden room. Do we have the ability to unlock it?
Something here speaks warnings.
No, 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 no. Alright. I don't like that. He barked, but maybe he was just hearing the lockpicking and wouldn't pin it on me. Alright, I'm going to quick save here. Again, trying not to reload. Alright, if he was going to be hostile to me... Oh, someone is. Is that the Inquisitor in there? I don't like this at all. They're giving off very mixed signals. Okay, so there's a guy who was sleeping in that room. My jumping, I think, woke him up. We're going to need to get in there for a couple of reasons, so I think we may need to use one of our gas arrows on him. I'm going to go in here while I can. There's a decent amount of loot in this room. Alright, what are we up to now? 1096. Very good. So in here is one of the places we will need to go. Because this is one of 5 switches that we need to activate in order to basically open up the talisman. It's kind of protected by this barrier. So, given how these guards are being, I think I need to start stacking some bodies. I'm going to start with this patrolling guy. Alright, I'm going to wait till he comes back this way. And then I'm going to stow him in the treasury. Alright, we've got one. There's something like 18 Hammerite guards and a priest. And, you know, I'm not going to try to get all of them. But since we're going to be moving through here, I think it might make sense. Alright, so here's our gas arrows. We've got 3 of them. Alright, he's not facing us. I wonder if I could get behind him and use the blackjack.
I can't take this anymore. This is absolutely ridiculous. Every time I turn around, there's incompetence in every act that I see performed except by myself. Well, I can't do it all by myself.
Okay. We just put him back to sleep, that's all. He was sleeping originally. Now he's back to sleep. Alright. Alright, I feel good about that. Some loot over here. And in here, torture chambers. And next to this rack is one of the switches. So 2 are downstairs. Let's see. This is a pretty reasonable way to get into the catacombs, I think. Yeah, down here. While we're down here, though, we can step into the room where the talisman is being held. And it's right up there in one of those couple of cells. So we can try to jump across, and do sort of a diagonal run, and mantle up. But the legit way to do it, or the way you're encouraged to do it by the game, is to grab a particular hammer, which is held in the rooms of the High Priest. That will extend the bridge. Alright, just trying to hear anything. Okay, there's one. I want to get him too. He's staring at some loot and may activate when the alarm goes off. There's another one who patrols down here. Okay. So I want to get him too. Alright, he should be good here. That gets us upstairs to the basement. Just check for other loot down here. Nope. And this gets us up to, like, the central area, kind of the training area. May as well grab that. 1308. Okay, this guy is, again, not looking directly at us, but he may see us anyway. If he sees us, he's not saying anything. Okay. Back into the shadows. Alright. Now, I think we've gotten all of the vases that are down here. And I think that any guards are not going to raise the alarm until after we've already gotten the talisman, which will raise the alarm by itself. So in other words, I think we're pretty good. The place we absolutely need to go is that that central area where one of the hammers saw us ducking in to one of those rooms. And I'm scared to go there because there's lots of guards. But I think there's no way to avoid it. I guess I could make life slightly easier on myself by getting rid of this torch. But there's a lot of lights that are just not dousable. Okay. Actually, you know what? This is the bad way to go. Let's go in sort of the back entrance. So kind of the same way we came down. Or we'll get back up into the basement, basically. And then try to work up those other hallways. Okay, so I'm looking south right now. Alright, so we went down like this side. So what am I looking at now? It's hard for me to tell. Sparring room was there. So I think we'll have to sort of turn north to figure out where we're going to go. Yeah. Because there's the dining room. Alright, so these are the rooms we've been up into. Since I'm here, I may as well go for the High Priest's place. Okay, he's going over there. What I want to do is wait for him to go over through the window. Yep. What?
By the no, for the builder's grace,
no.
armor me.
We're good, everybody. We're good. So that could have been bad. He definitely casts magic at you. But we did not raise the alarm. But there's a window right there. Let's get that loot as well. And there's some over there. Oh my gosh. Alright, 1758, but we need like over 1,000 more. And I just can't tell when guards are going to be going by. Okay. And in here there's actually nothing. Oh my gosh. Alright, so is he going to come back? Yeah. Okay. Now I would love to get a couple more guards knocked out. And so, the reason I'm being so paranoid right now is because I've had it happen in this mission a lot of times that you haven't done anything wrong, you haven't raised the alarm, but the guard will see you and just start running at you. And since we've had a couple of noises made by these guards that kind of suggest they think something's up. Alright, fall. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Okay, don't come this way. Don't come all the way down here. Nope, that's the alarm. He's coming in here. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I think that was definitely the alarm. I think I heard someone yell alarm. Alright, turn around. Just turn around. Okay. Alright. So I don't think they're going to come down this hallway. We could get the talisman now, except we can't, because to lower the portcullis requires us to get all the switches. But down there to the left is where it's located. Okay, so these guys are patrolling around here. I've got enough moss arrows that I could do that. Walk around here, go up there. Who is that? Come on. Alright, nice. I think we got a system. If I could get one more, because there were those two who were patrolling around here. If I could get one more, then I'd feel better about moving on to the other side of the hallway, because we've got this eastern side of the High Priest's rooms, but there's some stuff on the western side too. And then I think, a good part of the loot is going to come from the cemetery. All right, does he come down this way? So we'll just wait here. I'm also just now noticing that I lost a certain amount of health. So let's get that back. Kind of unclutter the inventory. I guess that's all the food. We do have one healing potion, but I'd like to hold on to it. Okay, so he actually doesn't come this way, which is a bit annoying. I wonder if I can head up to the right, because there's one more room we didn't get into. But it might be safer to go around. Oh, someone's coming here now. Right, that's good to know. Oh. See, I don't know if he's the same guy we just saw go up the hall, or if he's a completely different guard. And if someone else were to come just as I blackjacked him here, that would obviously be bad. Alright, I can hear someone coming back. We may give this a shot. Oh. He went a different way than I expected. Alright, put away the blackjack, grab the body. Alright, we're not seen. So we'll put him back in the shadow with the others. Okay. What I think I want to do now is head over to this side and see if I can get a patrolling guard, if there is one, who's going up and down that west hallway. Yeah, there on the right, that glowing thing, that's the talisman. So we've got the hammer, we've got the wall builder's prayer to get rid of that glowing force field, but we absolutely need to hit all the switches so we can get the gate down. And that's down to the basement. And we could hit the alarm ourselves if we wanted to. Well, I'm not hearing anything. In here we're gonna have, I think, some water arrows. Maybe not. Maybe in here? Anything of use? Now, one way around all of this. I hear someone. They could be upstairs, though. Anyway, these hammers you can pick up, and they're not loot. What you can do, though, is throw them And they can actually damage enemies you throw them at. Because the attack is not coming from you, they're not considered an attack. So, like, we could murder all these Hammerites by bludgeoning them to death with these hammers that we just pick up and repeatedly throw at them. And we would not fail the expert objective. I'm not going to do that. I've never had much luck doing that, and so it's just kind of a silly thing to do. But I'd like to wait for that patrolling sound to stop before I try coming out of the shadow. All right. I definitely hear someone walking. But I think they might be upstairs. Over here we have a silver key and a goblet. I think nothing else. We're up to 1833, so under 1,000 left. Be there in no time. Okay. Someone directly above me. I'd love to get into that room. 3 moss arrows left. I think there might be good to save a couple for the end of this mission when we have to get out of here with everybody on high alert. Of course, if we blackjack everybody, then we won't have that problem, but... Alright, this guy's coming down here. Where is he going, though? He may be going down that other hall. Alright, I'm gonna try this. That was some loot. That was some bread. Alright. Alright. In and out. I hear footsteps again, so he may be coming back, or maybe it's someone upstairs. Alright. So I have a feeling he goes into the garden and down that hallway. If I could get back down there, we may have a chance at blackjacking him as well. Okay, didn't expect to see him there. But I think it's weird. I've been getting these strong warning barks from the guards about various things, but so far they're not running at me. I'm gonna go back down here and see if I can get one of these guys close enough to blackjack. I don't know the best place to sit. I mean, I could put this torch out actually, but it feels a little cheaty because this is, again, that's not a light source that you could put out in the original game. This is something that the mod added. Well, okay, here's the thing. Let's go down here. We'll get to the other side. I want to go down here to the end anyway. So we'll give it another little wait. Alright, I think he's coming. Turn around. Oh no. Okay, this is trouble. Alright, if I can get both of them in this room. If I can get both of them in this room before anyone else sees, then we may have just avoided the alarms. Alright. One gas arrow left. So I think this is the room I've been in. That's the one I need to get into. Hearing a couple patrollers. I've got to say, I thought I screwed this up within the first 5 minutes. And maybe I did, but I'm doing a lot better than I thought. Alright, that's people upstairs opening and shutting doors. Alright. Okay, I think this is just another key that we already have. That does work here. And it got us a little more loot. Alright, 2033. We need 2,400. So, you know, we need less than 400 more. And I think all of that is going to come from those vases or urns that are in the cemetery. So I think it's time to head and check that out. There's the garden. Cemetery's down here. Sounds like there's someone coming in this door. Alright, I guess they're above me. And there should be no one in here. Because... yeah. We already dealt with the conversation that happens. Alright, so are we ready to try this? Just gonna get in a nice shadow here. There are no nice shadows. Alright, good enough. Let's just take a look at our objectives. We got over 2,400 loot. We need to go back up to get the reliquary. So, how's the best way to do that? And we're going to be starting a conversation. That's going to get those two guards moving around. And maybe alerting. So if I wanted to be safe, maybe I should go upstairs before hitting these switches. And just see what the situation looks like and who I can deal with. Because I think we're in that kind of mission now. This is not a stealthy, sneaky mission. This is a kind of, yeah, it's club everybody, basically. Again, I think that walking sound is above us. It's very unnerving. So there's a switch back in the cemetery. There's a switch under this tree, or behind it, right there. But we can do a thing, I think, where I can mantle this. Is that right? Was I wrong about that? Or is it like, can I mantle up a tree? Okay, I mean, Kinda. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is also a way out. We can get up... Remember, we can mantle these trees, get up onto the wall, no one can touch us, and then we can leave the temple complex, basically. Okay. So there's where I want to go, ultimately. But first, let's come around here and just have a look at what the guards are doing. Okay, he did not mind seeing me. Take advantage of his trust. Alright. This was maybe the wrong move. Alright. Go here, and then here. And I think we can put him down in the shadows and be good. Alright, that'll give me another chance to practice my tree mantling. Alright, so either of those trees work. Alright, there's 2 in there. And there's at least another one who patrols on this tile area. Yeah, that guy. Alright, lots of shadow in here. So I'll wait for him to come back. And I think we'll be able to get close enough just within this area. Alright, I think that's it for the patrollers. Now, if we were to go down here, trigger that conversation, those guys would start patrolling. If we don't, they're going to start patrolling anyway. We could get that loot at that point. There's a hammer on the temple, on the altar there. And it's pretty neat to get in here, I guess. We could blackjack like one of them. But the oh, we triggered it. Okay. I didn't know we could trigger it from this far away. Well, let's just let's get closer then, I guess.
Crime and sin reach to the very heights of the city.
Actually, you know what? I think they just talk, but don't move. So that's fine. Alright, but anyway, a pretty cool area in here, but yeah, we've probably taken out like 10 of them at this point. Okay, I thought there was a conversation gonna happen. I guess not. Now we need to steal the first hammer, which is in there a little bit. Let's get a better angle on it. And I can't tell if he can't see me or if, you know, I'm just not hostile, or he's not hostile to me. So there's the first hammer. I could grab it now without him seeing me, but I think he would notice that it's gone and alert. So I'm just going to drop him and just double check. The first hammer, yep. So there we go. That objective is off. And now it's just the talisman. We've got all the loot, we've got everything we need. So here's the Sacred Skull of St. Yora. We need to get this. Let me just think here. So this one up here, the two in the, one in the garden, one in the cemetery, and then the two in the basement, and that would be 5. And then we need to get back up. I think we can do it. There's also a time thing where we need to get all of these within 5 minutes. And that'll be a lot easier now that we've knocked out half of the complex. Oh, is it this one? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna, I think, try to be a little quieter, so to speak. At least not running over tiles. And then we'll get, because I think there's no one down here, so we'll get over to the basement areas. That, and then the last one is in the Inquisitor's area. All right. And now we want to get upstairs. Over here. We've got the hammer we need, so this is gonna open. We can hit this. The gate's down because we flipped the switches, and now it's just read the prayer of the wall builder. I am a wall builder, let my walls endure from season to season, year to year, and age to age. Let my walls stand while families toil, armies march, and empires fall. I am a wall builder, and my walls will stand always as a shield against evil. This I pray, that will the master builder grant. And we've got an alarm. We've got the talisman. We can drop down here and try to get into some shadow. I'm gonna play it pretty cautious here. So that's one way. But there is sometimes a guard who comes charging down that hall. We've probably clubbed him. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic that we don't need to worry about that guy. But just in case, let's go through here. Put out some of these torches. We've got all kinds of water arrows, and we'll just very carefully make our way. Alright, we want to get upstairs again. Okay. Yeah, let's go around here. And we're going to get over to the east side and into the garden, climb the tree, and get over the wall. Now for guards left, we've got definitely 2 upstairs in the chapel area who are going to come out and start patrolling. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 more in the entrance zone. I'm not sure if they come downstairs. Here's someone running. So I'm going to start running too. Alright, here we are. And let's just see if this works. There we go. Mission complete. Undercover is finished. So, yeah, you know, I feel a little bad about just taking the blackjack approach through that, but not too bad. I've had so many missions where I've done everything right. You know, I've gone through, I've been very stealthy, I haven't touched anything wrong, I haven't, you know, clubbed anybody or anything like that. I've gotten into places no one's seen me as far as I'm aware, and then I'll just see some guy running at me from down the hall. And so it's got me extremely paranoid. And so anyway, we're through it. Let's take a look at the stats. Yeah, we did 12 damage, so we knocked out 11 people. I'm not sure if gas arrows count as knockouts. Not quite sure. It says we did 12 damage, so that would seem to me to indicate that maybe we did, you know, we got 12 knockouts total. But at any rate, we missed 200 loot. 200 plus. So there's a couple of hammers, golden hammers that I know we missed for sure. Both upstairs, one in the chapel, one in the entrance, the very first thing we see. Maybe the 2 of them would bring it up to what we would need to get everything, but maybe there was something else I missed. At any rate, we're going to move on to a completely different mission. So let's see what the intro video for that looks like.
With the talismans, I'll be able to break the wards on the cathedral. It's time for me to retrieve the eye and bring it to Constantine. Last time I was here, the eye was inside, in plain sight on the main altar. I just have to grab it and leave. But that won't necessarily be easy if the place is as haunted as it looked before. So if things get tough, there is another way out. Through the gate in the cloister, behind the cathedral. The sooner this ordeal is over with, the better. When I get paid for this job, I'm gonna retire in style.
Sure you are, Garrett. We're gonna see how this goes. Grab the eye, leave the cathedral area. That's it, simple as pie. So we'll continue and take a look at what we can purchase. We've got the 4 talismans here. Earth, air, water, and fire. We've got a very generous loadout to begin this mission. 3 noisemaker arrows, 3 rope arrows. We've got a mine, a flash bomb, a healing potion. Only 2 water arrows though. 3 moss arrows, a speed potion, and 20 broadheads. Which actually, you know, this is the mission where I wouldn't mind having like, you know, 70 of them. But, you know, we'll probably find some more. Since we have 3 noisemakers, I'm definitely not going to purchase any more of those. I don't know that we need any speed potions, honestly. Healing potions. I'm thinking we need stuff like flash bombs. Do we need moss arrows? Let's get all the water arrows. I don't think there's that many places we need them, but we may find some holy water, so interesting that we can't buy any here, right? So that would bring us up to 7. There may be some torches and fires we want to put out, so I think that's reasonable. Let's grab another moss arrow, and look at all the money we've got. So we can get all of these. I mean, one thing we could get is fire arrows, but I think we're going to find some. Let's see. This brings us up to 4 or 5. Yeah, I've still got 1,000. Mines are 350. We could grab a couple of those. We could grab a fire arrow, but I'm thinking maybe another healing potion would be nice to have. And then the rest of it, we'll just go with broadheads. So the reason for that is this is a mission where there will be some fighting. It's kind of a weird one in that you're given an objective to kill all of a certain enemy type. And so we'll be definitely finding ways to do that. On the expert difficulty, I think that's the only place it shows up. Maybe I'm not right there. But we're actually going to have to kill some stuff to do some damage. So we need to do those things. But otherwise, this is kind of a tricky one, kind of a long one, lots of back and forth. And although it says we're going back to the Haunted Cathedral, we're actually going to just the cathedral area itself. We're actually not going to do the whole of the old quarter. So if we jump into the mission here, you'll see we're starting right at the outside of the cathedral, and this is where we will begin. So I'll see you in the next one.